Oh dear. Yes, we're live. It's 8 o'clock. It's Sunday night and it's Nick's Sunday night quiz. Good evening all. And we should have 6 rounds of entertaining quiz to keep you going tonight, which is something like our 92nd quiz this is. So it just shows how long we've been in lockdown. And it'd be great to see all of you in tonight. My wife's just trying to get something going on my phone for me. Where is it? Was that it? Well, it's ready to go. It's all right. I just want to say happy birthday to Mick Roberts. Mick Roberts tonight, who does the quiz every week, is a mere, how old is he? I can't remember how old he is. 66 years old. So we're going to have a big happy birthday when Mick, it's tomorrow. So when he logs in, I'll give a big happy birthday for him. I'm not going to sing it just in case Robin logs out quickly. But right then, everybody, I haven't had any chat yet. Is anybody talking on there to me? What's that? Ah, Martin's just saying. Hi, Martin. He's saying hi, Nick and Lydia, waiting for Team Yelford off to Zoom. Excellent. Good evening, Martin. Now then, I'm on some beer tonight. It's guess what the beer is, because I have no idea what I'm drinking tonight, which is quite unusual, but never mind. Right, Clive and Janet, the teasers, they've signed in. They're saying hi, Nick, and hi to all. Now, you may remember or may not remember the teasers sneaked to win last week with a fantastic 61 points. They knew all their trivia about Valentine's, all about dating, all about dating websites. They seem to be experts on all of that. So well done, the teasers, for coming with a storming 61 points last week. Now we've just had the Rugby Rotary Club join us. So good evening to all my Rotary friends. I hope you're all keeping well and raring to do tonight's quiz. 6 rounds of very relatively straightforward trivia tonight. You've been pleased to know the quiz tonight. We have 64 possible points. 64 possible points. 13 in the first round. 10 in most of the others except one, which has got 11. But that's only because I made a slight cock-up when I was doing it. But never mind. I thought I'd leave the question in there anyway. Mike's just joined us. Nice to see you, Mike. Hope all is well with you and you're keeping well. And Squeaky Bob, Neil and Tracy have just joined us. So good evening, Neil and Tracy. Squeaky Bob, they were in the running last week. Where were they on my list? I remember seeing them. Well, Squeaky Bob last week came in. They got very good knowledge of Valentine's Day and whatever. They came in with a fantastic 57 points last week. So well played, Squeaky Bob. Jed and Tracy have just joined us. So good evening, Jed and Tracy. Hope all is well with you two and keeping well. Raring to do some quizzing tonight. Andrew's just said good evening. Looking at the colour of the beer, I can hazard a guess. Now then, Robin, I will show you again. It is Guess the Beer night tonight, because this apparently came from my pub. It's one of the craft beers that has been sat in the cellar since we've been locked down since November. It hasn't gone off. It tastes perfectly all right, but it was time it went. And the thing is, I haven't been told exactly what it is. It's quite yeasty, actually, tonight. It's a bit more like a Belgian beer. It's, quite tasty though, fruity with a hint of yeast. So yeah, one of those. I think it reminds me a little bit of a Belgian light wheat beer of some description, but never mind, we'll see what it's tasting. It's very nice. Right, Don Quixote are signing in now. They're signing in from Lower London, Upper Manchester, Lower Hill Morton, and Lower Hill Morton. So good evening to Don Quixote. Again, Don Quixote were first class last week. They managed 58 points last week, Don Quixote. They were in joint, what was it, 1, 2, 3, 4th place, really. Don Quixote were on 58 points. The Rugby Rotary Club, who have already signed in tonight, they were on 58 points. Very good Valentine's knowledge. As were the Ridgeways, also on 58 points last week. So well played, all of you last week that managed to get up in the high 50s. Certainly Don Quixote Rotary Club and the Ridgeways all managed that fantastic score. Right, Faye's just joined us. Good evening, Faye. She's saying, hi, Nick. Hope you're all good weekend. Us boobies are ready for action. That's what we like to see. There's nothing better than boobies that are ready for action, so to speak. So good evening to you. Keith's just joined us. He says, hi from a damp Minehead. Now, that's interesting, actually, Keith, because watching the weather forecast last night, I thought we were going to be in for a real deluge today with this front was supposed to be swarming across the UK or sweeping across. We're bringing vast amounts of rain, and we've had very little today. There was slight drizzle when I woke this morning, but it's cleared up and it's been fine this afternoon, so no real problems at all with our weather here in Rugby, and it's considerably milder than this time last week when we were all very, very cold. Right, Debbie's just joined us. She's saying evening all, so good evening, Debbie. Hope all is well with you and you're keeping well. Penny's also just joined us. Evening, Nick and all, she's saying. George has just joined us. A new emoji. He's got a smiling emoji with some kind of thing. What's up, pal, Nick? Good evening, George. Hope all is well with you. PRS have signed in. Good evening, PRS. Now, PRS were runners-up last week. They, too, knew their Valentine's quizzing back to front with a fantastic 60 points out of a possible 63 or 64, whatever it was last week. So well done, PRS. Cracking performance. Let's say they were second place. So let's see how they fare tonight. Mick Roberts has just joined us. Good evening, Mick. Now, it's Mick. I was saying that, wait a minute, Clive Janet, what did I just said? The teasers tomorrow. Janet reaches her 3/4 century. Wow. Well then, Janet, just beneath, you will notice in the chat column is Mick Roberts. It's his birthday tomorrow. He reaches a 60, what was it? 66, sorry. So without further ado, let's have a quick play of the happy birthday song. You'll be pleased to know, Robin, I am not going to sing it tonight. I will just play it off my phone. So happy birthday to Mick and to Janet. And if there's anybody else, remember, that is ready for it. Fantastic. Oh, I think that's enough of that. Yes, that's enough of that. So happy birthday, Mick, and happy birthday, Janet. And I hope you can enjoy a decent day. You know, all things being considered, because it's been pretty horrendous for everybody, really, hasn't it? But never mind. We're beginning to see a bit of light at the end of the tunnel. You never know. The pubs might be open at the end of April, beginning of May. I think that's the kind of target time, according to the BBC, which always know better than the government, of course. BBC are always telling us when we need to reopen, and they're always coming up with the same words all the time. Have you noticed that? What's it been this weekend? I can't remember. Roadmap. Roadmap seems to be the latest word. The BBC are using it on every occasion. Roadmap hasn't been used as a kind of news word for a long, long time, but suddenly the BBC have been using roadmap this, roadmap that, roadmap everything else. And we've had, it always amuses me when they started using words that they've never used before all the time. There's another guy, I can't remember who he is. He's the guy that's in charge of vaccinations. And every time he comes on the BBC News, he's going on about cohort this and cohort that, and this cohort and that cohort. And I thought, blimey, does anybody actually know what he's on about? But never mind, that's the way it is, I suppose. Right, enough of my chatting. Let's see who else has just joined us. We've had Carol Green has just joined us. It's the sample you took off to the vet to see your gappers. Oh, Robin's going on about my beer again. Wait a minute. Let's go right the way back to Georgia. Georgia, great to see you, and Rory taking part again. Hello from New York, is she saying. So good evening to you, Georgia. Robin saying, I think that sample, that's my beer, is the sample you took to send off to the vet to see if your cat was pregnant. Yes, and I'm just testing it to make sure it's all right. Right, Cornish Tyke has just joined us, so good evening, Carol, all the way from Cornwall. I hope all is well with you. And Home Alone 6 have also tuned in, raring to go. Hi, we're all here tonight, said Home Alone 6. So good evening, Home Alone 6. Great performance last week. Home Alone 6, they were there or thereabouts, like everybody else, with a fantastic score, which I've forgotten to write down, but never mind. I'm pretty sure you were equal to the Ridgeways last week on a fantastic 58 points, along with the Donkers OT and the Rugby Rotary Club. So well done for last week's score. Lisa Lasky has just joined us. She said, checking in. Hello. Hello again, everybody. So Lisa's just joined us from sunny California now. It'd be interesting to know what the weather's like in California, because it's freezing cold in Texas. And I did see a big blue kind of spade of cold weather across the United States. So whether they felt it in California, which they probably have, that's probably lower than it ought to be. You'll have to let us know the temperature, Lisa. It's always nice to know. Footy Fox 86 have just joined us. So good evening to Footy Fox 86. Hope all is well with you. And Ian's also joined us. Good evening, Ian. I hope all is well. Dylan's also joined us. He said, good evening from Wales, he's saying. And then he's saying evening again. I was kind of got it in the first place. That's fine, Dylan. Great to see you taking part in the quiz tonight. It's great to see you. Chris has also just joined us. Chris Speak. Evening, Nick. And he's saying evening to everybody else. Now, Chris, I'm expecting you and certainly Roy to come up with a few good jokes tonight to keep us all happy. Graham Gifford and Jane have just signed in from Upper Toft. Upper Toft now should be out of the ice age, and hopefully they've had a big thaw this weekend, and it's the weather should be picked up a lot for Graham and the gang there. Now then, let me just go through tonight's quiz rounds whilst you're all raring to go. Tonight, of course, we start with an initial letters. I give you the initial letters of the first 13 answers. They spell out Sunday, 21st Feb. Sunday, 21st Feb. That's pretty straightforward. Then we have an initial letter link, 10 letters, 9 general knowledge questions where you take the initial letter, rearrange them to spell out the link. Round number 3 is a connections round where there's a connection between each of the answers. And the answer to question 11 tonight in the connections round is what is the connection between the previous 10, which is pretty straightforward. Then we have a trivia trail, which you all know how that works. Round number 5 tonight is a mystery letter. Of course, it's a mystery that I don't tell you what it is unless Roy Job manages to get it out of me with some sneaky chat down the column, which I reply and give him the letter by mistake. And then, of course, as always, we end with a general trivia round, 10 questions on general trivia to keep you going. Nothing too difficult tonight. I'm hoping we're going to have many teams vying for top spots tonight. Now then, with just a few minutes to go, we've got 3 minutes to go before we get going with tonight's quiz. We've got 70 people online at the moment, which is great. There's 18 likes. Do feel free to like the quiz if you do with the thumbs up button, which is at the bottom of the screen somewhere. And of course, you can always join Pewee 1957, which is my YouTube channel. I've also got a Facebook page, which is nicks+pub+Quizzes, if you want to look that up, and I post regularly on there as well. So let's have a look. We've got Chris Pickard's just joined us. Good evening, Chris. I hope you're keeping well. Thanks for the like this afternoon and the share with the post I put on. Famous Five have also joined us. Good evening, John and the gang. I hope you're all well and raring to do some quizzing again tonight. The Quizzy Rascals are here. Now, the Quizzy Rascals had a little bit of an off week last week with the Valentine's Day quiz and only managed, I say, 56 points, which was probably their worst showing for a little while. So I'm expecting great things tonight from the Quizzy Rascals to come back, as usual, with a big bang, so to speak. Michelle and Charlie have just joined us. I expect James is with you as well, aren't I, Michelle? Great to see you on board. Dave Anderson has also joined us. So Dave and Anne from sunny Essex. I wonder what the weather's like there down in Essex today then, David. It must be a big difference from last week because you were deep in snow last week, and I expect this weekend it's been warmer than it has in the Midlands. I expect you've probably reached 15 degrees today or something, haven't you? John's also just joined us. He said hello from Lou and John in sunny. I still can't pronounce that. Aloes. Yeah, something like that, wasn't it? Yes. Now, I was reading something about aloes the other day, and I can't remember what it was. Something to do with trivia. So you tell me, John, there's something happening in aloes. It's either a famous author was born there, or poet, or... never mind, I can't remember now. But you'll be able to remind me in a minute. Sarah's just joined us. She said hello from Sarah. Russ, James, and Joe had a few technical issues with Skype, but it's now sorted. Home Alone 6. Before I forget, you need to wish James from Crick, Michelle's son, a happy 21st birthday today. Wow. Well, now then, you'll have to let me know whether James is actually taking part tonight. I expect on his 21st birthday. He didn't want to be seeing some old duffer doing a quiz. I mean me doing the quiz, but never mind. Anyway, it's a great to have a 21st birthday. That takes me back a few years. So without further ado, James, happy birthday from Nick and Lydia and everybody that does the quiz. I'm sure we all wish you a very happy 21st birthday, and I hope it's such a shame you can't really go out and celebrate it as you might, but never mind. So happy birthday anyway. That sounds great. One minute. Chris has just sent us a joke. I was sent to buy a chicken. I came home with a rooster, but I had to take it back as it was mute. Apparently, I purchased the wrong clucking one. See God. Oh dear. Keith Mitchell, happy birthday to Lou for yesterday. She was 63. And looking good, that's what I like to see. So happy birthday, Lou. Well, there's been a few, hasn't there? John, I'm home of the National Memorial Arboretum. That's what it was. I was looking at the statue. I was trying to find a question about cowardice. And the National Arboretum, they've put a statue up to the people who were shot during the First World War. Anyway, enough of that. Adi is also here, so good evening to Adi, the lovely one. He's saying hi all. Hot 16 degrees in Essex today. Roy Job, I had to give up my chicken dating agency business. I just couldn't make hens meet. That's very good. Stella Lynch is here tonight. I've been more massive here. Hi, Stella. Hope you're all right. And Ian's just joined us as well. Right, we've got 80 people now taking part in the quiz, so let us get going. We've got Latham House Lockdown have also just joined us, and Clive Shaw's just said, I was going to plant a herb garden, but I can never find the time. Oh, dear God. Right, that's the kind of joke I like. Right then, everybody, 82 teams or people currently on board, so let's get on with this quiz. Sorry, I'm a minute late. I've been talking too much as usual. So, first round. And the first word, of course, or the first question starting with the letter W, or the answer starts with the letter W. No, it doesn't. It's not a Wednesday. It's a Sunday. Of course, it's still right. We're off to a good start there. I forgot what day of the week it is. It starts. Roy Job, I liked that joke. Lou says, you are so dead, Keith. She's a mere 62. Oh, God. Right. Let's get on with the quiz. Here we go then. Question number one, starting with the letter S. What type of small animal is Brian? A cheerful, bashful, and intelligent creature who featured in the Magic Roundabout. He always acted well-minded. What's Robin put? That was rather tarragant of you, Clive. I made a fortune from my herb garden. Now I am minted. Oh, let's keep the herb jokes going. I like those. Oh, what's Michelle's just saying? Thanks, Nick and Carol. James is having a few beers at his sister's. That's fair enough. I don't blame him. Right, that was question number one, starting with the letter S. Question number two, this starts with the letter U, of course. Founded on November the 16th, 1945 in London. What does the acronym UNESCO actually stand for? I might give you half a point if you get half of it right, but founded on the 16th of November 1945 in London, what does the acronym UNESCO actually stand for? I'm sure you can all get the UN bit. It's the rest of it that's a bit tricky, but never mind. Let's see whether we can work it out. Oh, I see Clive's come back with a bit more banter on the rather arrogant of you with sage advice. Yes, well done, Clive. What's that? What's AD put? I haven't got time. Nobody's got time for this, have they, AD? See. Oh dear. Right, question number three. This starts with the letter N, which makes it fairly straightforward. In which series of children's books and television programs would you find the characters Bumpy Dog, Tessie Bear, and the mischievous goblins Sly and Gobbo? So, in which series of children's books and television programs would you find the characters Bumpy Dog, Tessie Bear, and the mischievous goblins Sly and Gobbo? Goblins. Dear God. Oh dear. That's a one-word answer, just in case you're asking, and it starts with the letter N, of course. Question number four. Who is an 89-year-old South African Anglican cleric and theologian, well known for his work as an anti-apartheid and human rights activist? It's a two-word answer I'm after. So who's an 89-year-old South African Anglican cleric and theologian, well known for his work as an anti-apartheid and human rights activist? You don't need his title, but he has been knighted. Question number five, starting with the letter A. At a mere, this is a bit tricky, this one. At a mere 32 kilometers long, on which continent would you find the Onyx River? So question 5 again. At a mere 32 kilometers long, on which continent would you find the Onyx River? Any more jokes we got, lads? Any more time for a few more jokes on the Rosemary's got to have one, surely. Can't we find any more Right, question number 6, starting with the letter Y. Available in most supermarkets, not the German ones. What is a British family-owned farming and dairy company based in the village of Blagdon in Somerset? It produces a range of yoghurt, ice creams, and many other dairy products. That's a 2-word answer, starting with the letter Y. Things plus grass. So question 6 again. Available in most supermarkets. What is a British family-owned farming and dairy company based in the village of Blagdon, Somerset? It produces a range of yoghurt, ice creams, and many other dairy products. And if, like me, you're a keen collector of their tokens, which absolutely buy nothing, by the way, but never mind. Seems good fun at the time. Yeah, could have won a Tesla car 6 months ago, but they've stopped that business. What's that? Never mind. I'll leave that. I'm not going to read that one out, Chris, because I don't quite get it yet. I will in a second, but I've got to concentrate. Right, question number 7, starting with the number 2, as it's the 21st today. Starting with the number 2, how many playing pieces in total would you find on a drafts board at the start of a game? It's not a catch question, pretty straightforward one. So how many playing pieces in total would you find on a drafts board at the start of a game? Oh, God. Now I get it, Chris. Sorry. I went to the priest to confess to converting herbs. Apparently, I'm a cinnamon. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Yes, you perhaps put that in brackets afterwards, Chris, and then I would have understood it first time around. But never mind, it's just me. I'm trying to concentrate on the screen, the quiz, and the chat at the same time. New Gardener's quiz from Norwich. Soil of the century. That's soil of the century. Right, question number 8. This starts with the number 1. In what year was the National Health Service launched by the then Minister of Health, Aneurin Bevan, at the Park Hospital in Manchester? If it's any help, it was after the war. So question number 8. In what year was the National Health Service launched by the then Minister of Health, Aneurin Bevan, at the Park Hospital in Manchester? And as I said, if it's any help, it was after the war. There all seems to be many good things founded just after wars. That's why it's so difficult to remember all the dates. Right, question number 9. Question number 9 starts with the letter S. Professor Horace Slughorn served as head of which Hogwarts house before retiring in 1981? So Professor Horace Slughorn served as head of which Hogwarts house before retiring in 1981? It's not too tricky if you know all the houses, because it starts with the letter S. Question number 10 is aimed at all you investors. What name is given to codes used to identify publicly traded companies on the stock market and is also an informal name for a person's heart? Starts with the letter T. So what name is given to codes used to identify publicly traded companies on the stock market and is also an informal name for a person's heart? Ian says, I wasn't all that interested in gardening, but I presume that means planted a few seeds and it grew on me. I like that one. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Question number 11. To assuage investors' fears, John S. Gray, a local banker, was chosen as the first president of which motor company founded in 1903? A.D. the loved one says, which Spice Girl can hold the most petrol? Jerry can. Oh, that's a great one. I like one-liners like that. So to assuage investors' fears, John S. Gray, a local banker, was chosen as the first president of which motor company founded in 1903? There's a good story around that one, but that's all the same. Now that starts with the, what does that start with? Oh, the letter F for February, of course. Right. Question number 12, starting with the letter E, made up of coastal mangroves, sawgrass marshes, and pine flatwoods. What is a 1.5 million acre wetland national park on the southern tip of the US state of Florida? Surely most of you get that. Very US question, that one. So made up of coastal mangroves, sawgrass marshes, and pine flatwoods. What is a 1.5 million acre wetland national park on the southern tip of the US state of Florida? Starts with the letter E, which makes that fairly straightforward. And I've paddled through that with the kids in a canoe. And we got bitten to death by, not by crocodiles, but by insects, I'll have to say. And finally, question 13, starting with the letter B. In which English seaside resort would you find the Royal Pavilion, the Lanes, and the British Airways I-360 observation tower? So question 13 again. In which English seaside resort would you find the Royal Pavilion, the Lanes, and the British Airways I-360 observation tower? Well, I didn't actually get bitten to death, Robin, obviously, but yeah, they were nasty big things. There was these things like this, massive, wingspan of 6 inches these insects had got. They're swooping down, biting my neck, legs. Of course, I'd only got in my shorts, which was typical me, but never mind. Right, that's the end of the first round, everybody. I hope you found that entertaining and fairly straightforward. I hope nothing there has made you suffer too much, but never mind. Right then, without further ado, we'll get on with some marking with that round and see how you've all fared. We started off with that small animal, a cheerful, bashful and intelligent creature who was featured in the Magic Roundabout. And Brian was the snail, of course. He was the snail. Number 2, founded in London in 1945. UNESCO stands for, now I'll give you, if you've got 4 of the 6 words right, or 7 words, it's United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. So United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization. Now, as you're all marking your own, you can decide whether you deserve half a point or a full point. You can argue even in your own team whether you deserve it or not. That's, of course, most of you will have got it completely right, I'm sure. Question number 3, in which series of children's books did you find Bumpy Dog? That was in Noddy, of course, and the mischievous goblins, Sly and Gobber. Number 4, of course, was Desmond Tutu, or Sir Desmond Tutu, or Bishop Sir Desmond Tutu, or Sir Bishop Desmond Tutu. Question number 5, that's an interesting one, one which you must remember. The Onyx River is the longest river in Antarctica. It's 32 kilometers long and it flows into Antarctica rather than out, which is quite interesting. Question number 6, of course, is Yo Valley. Yo Valley. Number 7, there are 24 pieces at the start of a drafts game. Number 8, the National Health Service was formed in 1948, on the 5th of July to be precise. Number 9, of course, I was after Slytherin. Number 10, it's known as a ticker symbol, or your heart is also sometimes referred to as a ticker. Number 11, of course, was Ford. This was basically because Ford had set up a company in 1901 and left it high and dry. So rather than elect him as the new president, they decided to have a more trusted banker in charge to start with. So it wasn't Ford. Number 12 were the Everglades. Number 13, of course, is Brighton, where the Royal Pavilion is. So well done, everybody that's got 13 points there, and I'm sure we've got 1 or 2 that have. So if you'd like to put your scores in the right-hand column, I will whiz through, see how we've fared before we go on to the next round. So Rotary Club, straight off with a 13. Well played them. The Teasers, they've dropped a point already. 12 points. Well played, the Teasers. That's still a great score. We've got Don Quixote on 13, the Weak Links on 11, Jen Trocher on 12. We've got A Delivery 1 on 11, Mike Yates on 13. We've got Latham Lockhart, Latham House Lockdown on 12. We've got Sarah and the gang on 11. We've got Mick Robertson on 11, Michelle Gibbons on 12, Ian Miller's on 10, Chris Peaks on 11. We've got Georgie Lambert and Rory on 11.5. Dylan's on 11.5, PRS on 13 points. Grant Gifford on 12. We've got and Dave Anderson on 12. Penny Graham's on 11. We've got John Humwick on 12. The Quizzy Rascals, 13 points. Chris Pickard's on 12. Carol Green, she said, did not know Noddy. She's on 12 points. Harry Julian and his bottom Merlot are on 12. John O'Rourke and the Famous 5 are on 12. Home Loan 6, straight in with the 13 points. Faye's not, well, poor old Faye's on 7. Never mind, Faye. Time in the next round. Well played anyway. Good 7. Footy Fox 86 on 10.5. We've got Pinky and Perky on 12. Keith Mitchell's on 11. The Ridgeways are on 12. We've got Split Difference on 13. Debbie McCarthy's on 12. I've run out of breath. Lisa McCarthy's on 11. We've got Squeaky Bob on 12.5 points. Well played, Squeaky Bob. So, all teams relatively have done very well in the first round. So, well done to all of you. We've got a number of teams still on full points. Those that have just dropped a point behind, don't worry, there's plenty of time to catch up. Round number 2 is an initial letter link. These are 9 general knowledge questions, where question number 10 asks you to take the first letters of the first 9 answers, rearrange them to spell something out. So we'll tell you when we get there. So just general knowledge to get you going. Question number 1. Which animal has a name that is derived from Latin words meaning nose and horn? So which animal has a name that's derived from the Latin words meaning nose and horn? Lisa, yes, I can see your messages. I can see messages. Team UK, USA, yes, they were on 11. Did I miss you? Sorry, Lisa. I don't know whether I missed it or whether it came up later. I don't know. Do you know, sometimes when I go back over the quiz, because I often go over to just check people's scores for the following week when I put a little comment down, when I go back, some of them are just missing. It's bizarre, absolutely bizarre. It's almost as if the chat disappears for some teams, not everybody, most of the chat is there, but some of the chat just disappears from the next week. So if you watch the video back and watch the chat column, some people's scores have just disappeared from the chat, and I don't know why, but never mind. That is the vagrancies of the internet, I suppose. So, right, here we go. Question number 2. Listen carefully. During the credit crisis of 2007, sorry, Rory and Georgia, this is going back a bit for you. So during the credit crisis of 2007, which British bank became the first in 150 years to suffer a bank run, with customers queuing up outside its branches to withdraw all their savings? It's a 2-word answer. My mate, one of my best friends, had shares in this bank and they didn't fare very well. But thankfully, I think he'd only got a grand or something in there. Never mind. Just as well he didn't have a lot more. So during the credit crisis of 2007, which British bank became the first in 150 years to suffer a bank run, sorry. with customers queuing up outside to its branches to withdraw all their savings. Well, you know what they say, don't put all your eggs in the same basket. Is that some kind of, yeah. Right, question number 3, listen carefully. What will you do when you get lonely and nobody's waiting by your side? Is the opening line to which one word 1971 hit single. So listen again. What will you do when you get lonely and nobody's waiting by your side? It's the opening line to which one word 1971 hit single. If you don't know that straight away, you might well come back to that. Oh, Keith's just saying shares. We had a mortgage. God knows what happened to the what happened to the people with mortgages. I suppose their mortgage rates had to go up, did they, to cover everybody taking their money out? God knows. You'll have to let me know, Keith, exactly how that panned out with people with mortgages. God knows. I suppose the flip side, if they went bust completely, you've got no mortgage to worry about, had you? But no, that would never have worked. Question number 4 is a very simple anagram. Nice lad is an anagram of which country? So the 2 words, nice lad, it's an anagram of which country? I'm sure you can all work that one out. I've been watching a very good series on television, which, although it's in subtitles, it was based around that country. So if you've been watching Netflix or whatever, was it? No, it was on iPlayer, wasn't it? Very good. Question 2, 2 or 3 words. Question 2. It's a 2-word answer, Penny. A 2-word answer. That's what they were known as. No, that's question number 3. She's asking about question 2. Right. Question number 5. Listen carefully. Which Greek king accidentally fulfilled the prophecy that he would end up killing his father and marrying his mother, thereby bringing disaster to his city and family? So question 5 again. Which Greek king accidentally fulfilled the prophecy that he would end up killing his father and marrying his mother, thereby bringing disaster to his city and family? There was an episode of Morse that was based on this. It's a 1-word answer, and he's a Greek king I'm looking for. Right, question number 6. It's one for all you that like romantic comedies. In the film Bridget Jones' Diary, what colour is the soup that she serves to her friend or friends at a dinner party? So in the film Bridget Jones' Diary, what colour is the soup that she serves to her friends at a dinner party? I put friend, but there were more of them than one down the table. I know there were. It looked a very tasty soup, to be fair. Why did it change colour? I can't remember it. What was she doing? Oh, yeah, it was the string. That's what. It was the string that had made it go that colour. Question number 7. This is one for you to work out. Now, it's very easy if you're a team of 5, because you can test this. If 5 people meet each other for the first time and everyone shakes hands with everyone else once and once only, how many handshakes take place in total? Paula's just saying my favourite movie. I think it's my daughter's favourite movie as well, Paula. In fact, I think we've watched it about 3 times. You know, I've had to sit doing my knitting while I've been no. Yes, it could be an anagram for question 10. Yes, something like that. We'll get there in a minute. So question 7 again. Listen carefully, and it helps if you're a team of 5. You can practice this. If 5 people meet each other for the first time and everyone shakes hands with everyone else once and once only, how many handshakes take place in total? You need 5 of you in the team. So Home Alone 6, one of you sit down, the other 5 each shake your hands and count how many you've got. Do remember, only shake people's hands once. But of course, in these times of COVID, it will have to be a fist pump or whatever they call it. Question number 8, pretty straightforward. Named after the French mathematician and physicist, what is the SI unit of electrical current? So named after the French mathematician and physicist, what is the SI unit of electrical current? Or electric current. Question number 9 is another music question, but there's one in there that kind of gives it away a little bit. What colour appears in the titles of #1 hit singles for Christie, The Beatles, and Bomb Ballerina? So question 9 again. What colour appears in the titles of #1 hit singles for Christie, The Beatles, and Bomb Ballerina? Now, question 10 will link them all together, so listen carefully and then I'll give you a minute to work it backwards. The first letters of the first 9 answers can be rearranged to spell the name of which famous politician whose autobiography became the fastest selling autobiography of all time at Waterstones when it was released in 2010. So the first letters of the first 9 answers can be rearranged to spell the name of which famous politician whose autobiography became the fastest selling autobiography of all time at Waterstones when it was released in 2010. It's a 2-word answer I'm after. A 2-word answer. You'll know what I'm after when you discover what it is. Right then, do remember, just take the first letters of the first 9 answers you've got, and you should be able to spell out that politician's name if I've got it right. Of course, I might not have it right, but let's hope I have. And in which case, if you've got any letters mixed up, you might like to change a particular answer that you might think is wrong. The next round tonight will be, after I've marked this one, is a connections round. And a connections round, it's a bit similar to this. You've got 10 general knowledge questions in the next round, and the 11th will ask for a connection between the previous 10. It's normally 9 and 10, but I made it 10 and 11 because I'd already written the question, and I thought, well, if I've already written it, I'm not going to rub it out and start again, am I? So, what the hell? It was a very good night for electricity last night. If you were on Octopus Agile, as I am, managed to charge the car last night for an absolute fraction of the price as normal, because it was less than 2 pence a kilowatt last night, which was fantastic. That was after midnight, of course. So for all those with electric cars, do consider the option of going on to Agile from Octopus, which is a great tariff. Anyway, you can talk to me about that later. Right then, everybody, are we ready to do some marking, or do we need any more time? Angela, have you worked, all your team worked them all out? Well, they claim to have worked them all out, so I presume most everybody else has. If anybody wants any more time, do feel free quickly to put it into the chat column. I will give you a little bit more time if you need it. Right then, here we go. These are the answers to the initial letter link. We started off. The animal I was after is a rhinoceros. Rhinoceros. Rhino obviously is nose, and oceros is horn. Number 2, that banking crisis, it was all about Northern Rock. Northern Rock. Well done if you remember that. Number 3, it was a Derek and the Dominoes hit called Layla. Layla. Well done if you got that. Number 4, of course, is Iceland. Number 5, the Greek king was Oedipus. Oedipus. Number 6, Bridget Jones served blue soup at her party. Number 7, of course, is 10. If 5 people meet each other, it's 10. The first person does 4, the second does 3, the third does 2, and the fourth will just do 1 extra. Number 8, named after a French mathematician, the SI unit of electrical current is the amp or the ampere. Number 9, it was yellow, yellow submarine, yellow river, and itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini. Yes, quite. And final number 10, I was after Tony Blair. I'm sure most of you managed to work that out in the end. Oh dear, I like that one, Dave. The lovely one, he's come up with a cracker there. I am struggling with this quiz, but I just need to bay leaf in myself. Yes, a little bay leaf helps everybody, doesn't it, Aid? Well done, that was a cracker. Right then, Ian's just saying plus 10, so that's 22 points. Sarah, Russ, James and Joe have moved on to 22 points. I've had Pinky and Bergie on 22 points. The teasers, 22 points. Now, John's put yay, a full 10, but that gives me no idea what your score is, John. Chris Speaks on 20. We've got Trish, 22 points. The Ridgeways, well done. Graham Gifford's on 21. Carol Green's on 21. The Weight Links are on 20 points. We've got 40 Fox 86 on 20 and a half. Jed and Tracy are on 19. We've got Dylan on 20 and a half points. Wait a minute. Oh, bother, it's just off the screen again. We've got Don Quixote, 23 points. Well played, Don Quixote. The Famous Five also doing very well on 22, as is Michelle and Charlie on 22. Mick Roberts and Bever on 20. Got Ian Miller on 17. The Georgie and Rory are doing very well. The York is on 20 and a half. Hey, the lovely one's on 21. Even when he puts jokes in like that, PRS have moved on to 23 points. Well played, PRS. David and Anderson are on 16 tonight. John Humbeck, he's given me a total 21 points. Squeaky Pod, they've moved on to 22 and a half. The Rugby Rotary Club are on 22 points, as is Latham House Lockdown on 22 points. Debbie McCarthy, she's on 22. Northern Rock, not Northern Soul. Penny Graham's on 19. The Quizzy Rascals, 23 points. They're coming back strong tonight. Faye's on 14 points. We've got Chris Pickard on 21 points. Split the difference on 22. We've got Home Alone 6 on 22. Team UK USA on 21. Mike Yates is on 21. Keith Mitchell's on 19 points. Well played, Keith. Right then, any more scores to come in? Do feel free to stick them down. Well, it's great to see so many people taking part in tonight's quiz. We've got a regular 80 people taking part tonight, which is great news. It's been sneaking about. Do remember, if you like the quiz tonight, hit the like button. See whether we can get more than 30 tonight. And do feel free to subscribe at any time to the my YouTube channel. Right, Chris has just said, I went to France and saw a man made of citrus-scented mowing clippings. He was a lemongrass. Lemongrass, oh, God. Very good, Chris, very good. Keep them coming. Come on, Roy, you haven't come up with anything yet in the last 5 minutes. Right then, round number 3 is a connections round, okay? All we need to know, I will ask for a connection at the end of the round. But so keep looking at all your answers and see whether you can come up with a connection between the previous answers. So question number 1, in the TV series Bob the Builder, it was a little bit before my time, but then after my time. What type of very clumsy and heavy red machine is muck? Now, you might not know this straight away, but you might like to write 1 or 2 things that it could possibly be down. So in the TV series Bob the Builder, what type of very clumsy and heavy red machine is muck? Well, that sounds like something you might be able to work out. Muck the muck the cement mixer, muck the God knows. That's the kind of thing you should be looking for anyway. So even if you didn't know that, wait, you might be able to get it when you've got the connection. Question number 2. Often brightly coloured and poisonous, mycology can refer to the study of what? Well, it does, but it can. There's a number of categories. So often brightly coloured and poisonous, mycology can refer to the study of what? It's a one-word answer I'm after. Just don't get the wrong one. Actually, this beer I've got no idea what it is. I'm going to have to text my mate to find out what it is, actually. He'll just palm me off with this week. Never mind. At least I'm not poisoned by it, which is one good. Well, I suppose there's alcohol in it. That's a good poison. Question number 3. Listen carefully. These are a number of letters and numbers. CR 2032, PP3, and AAA are all examples of what kind of energy storage devices? So CR 2032, PP3, and AAA are all examples of what kind of energy storage devices? That can't be too tricky, surely. So I'll crack on with question number 4. In the world of camera technology, what name is given to an adjustable opening through which light travels? So in the world of camera technology, what name is given to an adjustable opening through which light travels? I should have put really the world of optics, because it's the same in the world of optics. It's a one-word answer I'm after. Try and be clever and work that one out. Well, work out what I'm actually after, if that makes any sense. Question number 5. Dead easy, this one. What letter, also the name of a dance, is represented by the letter F in the NATO phonetic alphabet? So what letter, also the name of a dance, is represented by the letter F in the NATO phonetic alphabet? My wife's phone keeps going. She's got people messengering and zooming and all sorts going on over there. Right, question number 6. Who was Empress of all Russia from 1762 to 1796, the country's longest ruling female leader? I don't need a regnal number, I just need to know what we all know about. So, well, most of us would know her by that name. So who was Empress of all Russia from 1762 to 1796, the country's longest ruling female leader? I'm after a 3-word answer, which would help you somewhat. And I'm not after a regnal number. Nice one, AD. Another one. I'm just coming up with them tonight. It's but I need some encouragement. Oh dear. Oh dear. We're still on the old. Actually, how did that start? The not the spices. Oh dear. How did the herbs start in this? I don't know, but never mind. Right then, question number 7. We've all heard of this. Bearing the words for gallantry and we also serve. What 2 types of animals have won the Dickin Medal for bravery on 32 and 33 occasions, respectively? I will give you half a point for each animal. So bearing the words for gallantry and we also serve. What 2 types of animals have won the Dickin Medal for bravery on 32 and 33 occasions, respectively? There's half a point for each of the animals you can name. And for all those that don't know, the Dickin Medal was introduced by some woman, Mrs. Dickin, surprisingly, Mrs. Dickin. And I think she was a volunteer helper with the RSPCA or something at the time, or something to do with. No, not. Oh dear, I'll give up on that one. I did read it and I've forgotten it all, but never mind. I think it was. Yeah, somebody's going to come to my rescue any second now, but never mind. Right then, question number 8. Listen carefully. What is a 2007 American computer animated comedy film produced by Pixar starring Remy, an anthropomorphic animal who is interested in cooking? And if you've been to Disney World, you might well have seen him. So what is a 2007 American computer animated comedy film produced by Pixar starring Remy, an anthropomorphic animal who is interested in cooking? That is a one-word answer, if you can spell it. Right, I trust some of you do remember we're looking for a connection between all these answers. So I hope some of you have found the connection already and making it very easy for you to fill in the rest. So question number 9, which vegetable's folk name is sparrowgrass? It's a perennial flowering plant whose young shoots are used as a spring vegetable. So which vegetable's folk name is sparrowgrass? It's a perennial flowering plant whose young shoots are used as a spring vegetable. Chris has just said, my friend was trying to rid himself of a loss-making Caribbean estate. I was given a coconut plantation. He palmed it off on me. Very good, Chris. Very good. I like that. Palmed it off on me. And finally, question number 10. Listen carefully. A pogonophobic person is someone who has a morbid and irrational fear of what? So question 10 again. A pogonophobic person is someone who has a morbid and or an irrational fear, or both, of what? That is a one-word answer I'm after. I don't think we've got many pogonophobes here. Surely not. If you are a pogonophobe, you might like to just put in the chat column, just say, I'm a pogonophobe. And finally, this is question number 11. What is the connection between the previous 10 answers? What is the connection between the previous 10 answers? Look carefully at your answers and you should be able to work it out. Pretty straightforward. You got a connection, haven't you? Well, good. But if you've got a connection, I'm sure somebody else will go. As always, we'll be doing the quiz on Wednesday night as well. For all those that want to do or feel a bit bored on a Wednesday night, if you haven't come and joined us before, do feel free to come and join us. It's the same time as always, 8 for 8:30. If not, come and join us again next Sunday. I'm sure you'll be interested. I think this is going to go on for at least another 6 to 8 weeks, so let's not worry about it, everybody. I was saying that nearly a year ago, and it's been going on ever since. The wife's getting bored to death of me writing the quizzes. She hates that, but she quite likes taking part in the quizzes when I've written them. So it's the writing them that she doesn't like, because I'm sat there doing the thing on my computer all the time. But what the hell. Right then, everybody, have we got answers down? And have we made a connection between the previous 10 answers? If you have, don't worry. If you haven't and you need a bit more time, quickly put it in the chat column. And if not, stick a joke down in the chat. I'm waiting for Roy Joe to come up with something at the moment. Roy Joe jokes always welcome at one of Nick's Sunday night quizzes. Right then, everybody. Nobody seems to be chatting in there. So let me give you the answers to the previous connections round. We started off with Bob the Builder. What type of very clumsy and heavy red machine is muck? Oh, wait a minute. Carol's saying I need some more time. Extra time, said Carol. And Trish is asking for more time. I will give you some more time. Let's not worry about that. I'm in no desperate hurry to go anywhere because we're still locked down. It doesn't bother me whether we go to bed 5 minutes later or earlier, providing everybody's not switching off. And how's Manchester United doing? I don't know how we're doing. They won all at half time. They weren't doing very well, but I'll have a quick look, see what the score is at the moment, see whether there's any further news. I don't suppose there is, but I haven't heard any phones blipping or anything. Well, certainly not my phone, but all right. It might be 5-0 up, but mine might be losing 2-0 as well. Well, the phone's not working. That's a fuck of it, isn't it? So the Ridgeways are working hard on that. Do remember you're looking for a connection. If you can get the connection, it will help you with all the previous answers, I have to say. Oh, yeah. Well, I won't tell anybody the score, but there was a result in tonight's game, which I've just seen. So, Ian's just put it down. Oh, for all those that were going to watch it later on catch up. Never mind, Ian. Thank you very much, Sarah. Thank you very much, Ian. Right then, Trish, Carol, I'm sorry, but I think it's probably time to do some marking. Yep, right. Carol, you happy? Here we go then. In the TV series Bob the Builder, what type of very heavy, clumsy red machine was muck? He was a bulldozer, Number 2, often brightly coloured and poisonous. Mycology can refer to the study of what he said can refer toadstools or mushrooms, but I wanted toadstools, because they're the ones that are normally brightly coloured and the ones that are mostly poisonous. Number 3 are batteries, of course. Number 4 is the aperture. I was after the aperture of a camera or some kind of optical system. Number 5, of course, was Foxtrot. Number 6, I was after Catherine the Great. Catherine the Great. Well done if you got that. Number 7 are pigeons and dogs. So pigeons and dogs, respectively. Pigeons, for a long time, for all you quizzers, held the record for the Dickin medal. But you'll be surprised now that dogs have overtaken them because of the Afghan war and a few other wars. In fact, the last few years, dogs have won more medals than pigeons. So now it's 33 to dogs, 32 to pigeons. So next time you do a quiz and you ask something about the Dickin medal and you want to argue, tell them it's dogs, not pigeons, just in case they argue. Question number 8 is ratatouille, of course, ratatouille. Number 9 was asparagus or asparagus to most people. Number 10, apogonophobic, is somebody who has a morbid fear of beards. And final number 10, of course, they all start with the name of an animal. So we've got a bear, an asp, if that's an animal, a rat, a pig, a cat, you get the idea, a fox, an ape, a bat. They're all the names of animals. So well done if you worked that out. I don't think it was too tricky, was it? Maybe it was. It made one or two of you scratch your heads, but let's hope you all got them in the end. So Chris is on 29.5. Well played, Chris. Come on, everybody else. Let's have some scores in, see how we're all doing. If my seedlings do well and the weather is good, I'll prick out and harden off this week. I'm sure you will, Clive. The weaklings are on 30. Ian Miller's on 26. We've got Carol Green on 30. David Anderson on 25. Graham Gifford's on 31. Well done, Graham and Jane. PRS are on 34 points. That might take some tea. Catching the Teasers are on 33. John Hunwick's on 31. Don Quixote's 32.5. Got the Famous 5 on 32. Got Latham House Lockdown on 32 points. Michelle's on 321.5 points, unless I think that's 32.5 points. Squeaky Bobber on 30.5 points. We've got the Yorkies. Well done, Georgie and Lambert. Georgie and Rory on 26. We got Faye. She's moved on to 20 points for the parents. Paula Friend, the Quissy Rascals, they're on 34 points. Trish Roger and Anthony and Paul have moved on to 32.5. We've got Jen and Tracy on 28.5. Keith Mitchell's moved on to 29. Pink and Perky are now on 32. We've got Harry, Julian, Ian, Annie's Bottle of Merlot. They've moved on with 10.5 points there. Oops, wait a minute, I'm going to sneeze. Oh dear, sorry. I'll go off screen. Oh dear. Right, after that quick sneezing fit, Aid, the lovely one, he's on 30 points. Well played, Aid. Home Alone 6 on 30.5. The Rugby Roach Llewellyn, fantastic 32 points. Sarah Oh, you've just gone off my screen. No, Sarah, Russ, James and Joe are on 31 points. Well played. 40 Fox, 86 on 27. Penny Graham's on 28. Mick Roberts on 29, the birthday boy. Debbie McCarthy's on 32 points. Dylan's on 29.5. Split the difference on 33. Chris Pickard doing very well all there on his own, I think. Chris, are you on your own tonight, or have you got team members with you? I don't know, but that's a cracking score, 28.5. Lisa Lasky, she said number 10, question mark. I don't know. Mike Yates on 29. PRS, bless you. Thank you very much. Quick sneeze there, but never mind. It's nothing to do with COVID, you'll be pleased to know. And I'm booked in for my... no, I'm not. I expect there must be about half of us now that have had some kind of injection or whatever. It looks like ours is now scheduled for March the 24th or something like that. But, 27th, 25th, March the 25th. If we're April, what? I thought we said it was March. Never mind. Now, Lisa's just asked number 10. What's number 10 question mark? What was number 10? I don't know. Oh, the connection or beard. Sorry, pognophobia or pognophobic or pogonophobia is the fear of beards, Lisa. The fear of beards. Somebody with a beard. Pogonophobia. Right, Lisa's just saying Team UK USA on a fantastic 30 points. Chris, that's dreadful. I tried to give my homing pigeon called Boomerang away, but he kept coming back. That's dreadful. Oh dear. Well, it's still funny, but never mind. Right then, round number 4. Are we all ready? Round 4. Let's get going. This is a trivia trail. Trivia trail, basically, you take the last letter of your first answer, the first letter of the next answer. By the time we get to number 10, the last letter of number 10 is the first letter of number 1. We all know that. This works. I do have to just tell what's John Levis. What's that? John Levis now knows what he's got. Thank you, he said. Oh, dear. Right then, trivia trail. In Edward Lear's famous poem, how much did the owl and the pussycat pay for their wedding ring? Drop the... No, I was going to say the definite answer, but it's not. It's just a one-word answer I'm after for that. So just a one-word answer. So in Edward Lear's famous poem, how much did the owl and the pussycat pay for the wedding ring? Just a one-word answer. Chris is saying, I've got the cat for company, but he's no help. Doesn't he purr at the right, when it's right, he goes... Does he not put his paw up when it's right or down? Cats can be very helpful, you know. I'll have to see whether I can come up with some cat questions. Now, after that sneeze, I've got a bit of a runny nose. Oh, dear. Question number 2, listen carefully. Which celebrity chef is set to host a new game show called Bank Balance? So which celebrity chef is set to host a new game show called Bank Balance? 2-word answer I'm after. I'm sure you can work that one out. Sorry about that. That needed doing. Right, take the last letter of his surname, and it's the first letter of number 3, something we were talking about at our Rotary lunch the other day, that you can hire at extra cost at a Glastonbury festival if you're lucky. So question number 3, what name is given to a portable round tent covered with skins or felt and used as a dwelling by several distinct nomadic groups in Central Asia? Or in this case, you can just try one at Glastonbury Festival. For extra cost, this is, of course. So question 3 again, what name is given to a portable round tent covered with skins or felt and used as a dwelling by several distinct nomadic groups in Central Asia? What are you tittering at, you two? Ah, the wife's saying it's a bit too easy tonight. She knows all the answers. They're tittering over there. I don't know what they're tittering at, but never mind. Right, take the last letter of that portable round covered tent. It's the first letter of number 4. This is one. Lisa Lasky will know this one straight away. Which American state has Joe Biden recently declared a major disaster, declaring the way for federal funds to be spent on relief efforts? Oh, Squeaky Pub said they can't see question 1, and Lisa has said we can't see question 1. Ah, that's because of the word pussy, no doubt. Yes, I will read it. Sorry, YouTube has a funny algorithm that manages to get rid of strange words, but never mind. So question 1 again, I will read it out for those teams that can't see question 1. Most teams can, but not everybody. In Edward Lear's famous poem, how much did the owl and the pussycat pay for their wedding ring? It maybe you've got your settings set to children's settings or something like that. Maybe you've got your YouTube settings so that it's set to. Oh, my wife hasn't got it either. Well, there we have it. You've got it on junior settings, obviously. Now, Lydia's put it down again. I think it is the word pussy, which we're struggling with. I don't understand that myself, but never mind. I'm not quite sure what that's all about. What's wrong with pussy? What? Oh, apparently something to do with female parts. I've no idea what that is. What? That's the one, Squeaky. She's put it down. Right then, now then, after that American state, take the last letter of that American state, and it's the first letter of question number 5. This was always a good quiz question, but I'm sure we'll all get bored with it now after many years. Which country did Celine Dion represent when singing in the Eurovision Song Contest in 1988? Diane's putting ring is okay though. Andrew's saying you need live chat. Well, I don't know. What have I got to Google, PRS? Is that ring or pussy or what? What? Dear God. Seems like prick is okay, but pussy isn't. Sorry. Now, look, you're all getting too rude. Will we stop the rudeness immediately, or we'll probably be banned from YouTube immediately? It won't have any of this. Isn't it amazing, actually, how a mathematical model can automatically filter stuff out, you know, without having any general knowledge? It just shows how far, actually, artificial intelligence has got to go yet before it becomes intelligent, really. But never mind. Sorry, I am being childish, and it's time to stop that. So I'll stop being childish. Let's get on. So question number 6. Now, take the last letter of that country that we're after. Name a famous actor who has won 3 Best Actor Oscars for the films My Left Foot, There Will Be Blood, and Lincoln. Actually, I've only seen one of those, so I need to see the others. So question number 6 again. Name a famous actor who has won 3 Best Actor Oscars. I think he's the only one to have done that. For the films My Left Foot, There Will Be Blood, and Lincoln. That is more than one word I'm after for that one. Oh, is it a feline Harley? Do a cat's galore. Dear God. All right, Chris, let's try. Check you have live chat. Right, question number 7. Sorry. What is the name of the easily duped American Bulldog in the Tom and Jerry cartoons? That's an interesting one. Is he really? Diane's just put, it's also the nickname for the tram system in Dublin. Well, I remember our Rotary quiz, we had a question about the tram system in Glasgow. Nobody seemed to know the answer, but it was the Clockwork Orange, apparently it's known as, which was quite interesting. So question 7 again, what's the name of the easily duped American Bulldog in the Tom and Jerry cartoons? Right, take the last letter of that one-word answer, and it's the first letter of question number 8. Which low-cost airline group that has its headquarters at London Luton Airport was established in 1995 by entrepreneur Stelios Hadjilanouo? Can't even pronounce that. No idea. I knew that was going to be fun, but never mind. So question 8 again. Which low-cost airline group that has its headquarters at London Luton Airport was established in 1995 by entrepreneur Stelios Hadjilanouo? God knows. Yeah, I have no idea what that is, but never mind. Right, take the last letter of that low-cost airline, and it's the first letter of number 9. This is a 2-word answer. Listen carefully, a 2-word answer for number 9. Which sir, so I don't need sir in the answer, is a drunken knight and kinsman of Olivia in the William Shakespeare play Twelfth Night? Easy for you to say. So how do I pronounce that, Roy? Go on, give me a phonetic spelling of it. Oh, God knows. Anyway, enough of that. So question number 9. Which sir is a drunken knight and kinsman of Olivia in the William Shakespeare play Twelfth Night? It's a 2-word answer. I'm after that. And if you didn't know that, question number 10 may help you. Question number 10 for all you DIY enthusiasts. Ball peen, claw, and lump are all types of what common tool? See, Aid the lovely one. He's on it tonight, Aid. Yeah, I think Aid's taking the biscuit tonight for Aid and probably Chris tonight. What's a cat's favourite colour? Purple. Dear God. So question 10 again, listen carefully. Ball peen, claw, and lump are all types of what common tool? And that's a plural, and that will take you, the plural obviously gives you the letter at the end there, that takes you all the way back to number 1, if you're lucky. I always used to get berated by Robin, by you for not making sure my trivia trails went all the way around, so now they do. So now, if you look carefully at your answers, the last letter of each of your answers should be the first letter of the next answer until you get to number 10. The last letter of number 10, of course, is your first letter of number 1. What's that? Stuart's saying, by the way, my son's wife's sister, Coral even, is appearing on Countdown at the moment. Oh, right. Well, is that actually at the moment or what? 10 is a plural, that's right then, yeah. Stuart, you'll have to send me some details. Does that mean at the moment, or does that mean yesterday, today, tomorrow, or soon? My son's wife's sister, Carol. Right then, everybody. I trust we've all got answers to that. After that very rude round with people making rude comments, that cat joke was appalling. Now that is a cracking joke. Well done, Chris. That cat joke was appalling. Oh dear. That is very clever. Very clever indeed. This week, it was recorded a few months back. So then, Stuart, when's she actually on? Is it tonight? She started with a win on Friday. Oh, it's one of the Oh, I don't actually. The funny thing is, I know a lot of you like Countdown. I don't actually like Countdown much, but never mind. It's only because I don't know any of the answers there, but never mind. Give me general knowledge any day. My uncle's wife's nephew son is appearing on Naked Attraction. Oh dear. Right then, everybody, let's just go through, before it gets a bit silly, let's go through the answers to round 4, the trivia trail. We started off in Edward Lear's famous poem. How much did the Owl and the Pussycat pay for their wedding ring? Well, apparently it was a shilling. So shilling was what I was after. That gave you the G for Gordon Ramsay, which gave you in turn the Y for a yurt. A yurt. And apparently you can pay extra for at Glastonbury Festival, having paid 276 quid for the ticket in the first place. That gave you the T, of course, for the state of Texas, which in turn gave you the S for Switzerland. She appeared for Switzerland first in the Eurovision Song Contest. That gave you the D for Daniel Day-Lewis, the only actor to have won 3 Best Actor Oscars, as far as I know. That gave you the S for Spike, of course, that American Bulldog. That gave you the E for EasyJet, with that Stelios Haji, whatever his name is. That gave you the T, of course, for Toby Belch. Now, that was the tricky one. Toby Belch. He was Sir Toby Belch, of course, in play The Drunken Knight. That gave you the H for hammers. They were all types of hammers, ball, peen, claw, and lump. And, of course, the S took you all the way back to number 1, which, of course, was the shilling. So well done if you got all of those. I'm expecting a good 9 out of 10 for most people on that round, and I'm sure 1 or 2 of you would have scored a full 10 out of 10. So, Clive and Janet, the teasers, they clearly got 10 out of 10. They're on 43. PRS have also scored 10 out of 10. They're on 44. We've got Squeaky Bob on 38.5. Carol Green's on 39. We've got Jed and Tracy on 38.5. Wheat Links on 40. The Rugby Rotary Club on 42. We've got Emil on 33. Got the Yorkies on 34. Sarah and the gang. Sarah, Russ, Joe and James are on 40. 80, the lovely ones, also on 40. We've got Graham Gifford and Jane on 41. Paula Flynn and she's just put Paula Lynn Lewis tonight, and Flynn Lewis even, on 44. We've got Pinky and Perky on 41. We've got the Famous Five on 42. The Ridgeway, 42.5 points. David Jane Anderson are on 35. We've got Chris Peake on 38.5. Michelle and Charlie are on 42.5 points. That's a great score. Wait a minute, I've lost it now. Completely lost it. We got Don Quizzoto also on 42.5 points. John Humwait's doing really well tonight, 41 points. Mike Yates is also on 40 points. Mick Roberts on 39. We've got Footy Fox 86 on 35 points. Home Alone 6 are doing well on 39.5. We've got Penny Graham on 37. Latham House Lockdown are on 41 points. Kim Mitchell's on 39. We've got Faye, 29 for us, she says. That's a great score, Faye. You're doing all right. We've got Ian, Harry, Julian, Ian and his bottle of Merlot. They've added 9 to their score on 41.5 points. Possibly the Toby Belch question, I don't know. Dean, don't be such a what's it says. All right. Lisa's on Team UK, USA are on 40. We've got Chris Pickard on 37.5. Debbie's now moved on to 41 points. Paula Flynn Lewis has put Quizzy Rascals, that is. That's fine. Quizzy Rascals. And split the difference on 43 points. Right, we've got 2 rounds to go. Round number 5 is a mystery letter round, and it's not particularly tricky, I don't think. Some of the questions are tricky, but at least I think you should be able to work out the mystery letter fairly early on, rather than making it too tricky, if that makes any sense, in which case, because sometimes one of these mystery letter rounds, you can have 5 questions, you still haven't got a clue what the letter is, but hopefully it will give you a clue with question number 1. So here we go, a mystery letter round. We'll just wait for you to accidentally tell us. Well, Robin, it's probably up to Roy to try and get that out of me, but we will see. What's the letter, Nick? Here we go. What is the letter, Nick? Well, we're looking at the first part of the alphabet, Roy, if that helps. Right, question number 1. Which confectioner claimed to offer chocolate heaven since 1911? So that is question number 1. Which confectioner claimed to offer chocolate heaven since 1911? God dear, Chris. Now, Chris, that really took some thinking up, that one. Owning a cat and dog has its ups and downs. I had a perfect evening, but a woof night. Oh, dear. That's brilliant. Well done, Chris. Well done, Chris. Come on, Roy. You've still got to try and get this letter out of me. Well, I'm sure you've probably worked it out already. Question number 2. Listen carefully. Where does Great Britain come in the league of most populated? I'll put countries. That's not right. It's islands. So where does Great Britain come in the league of most populated island countries? Let's put island countries. Yeah, I've made a mistake with it, and Lydia's going to hate me for that one. Island countries. So where does Great Britain come in the league of most populated island countries? So one word answer I'm after, which may help you. It's only because I got the question wrong completely, but never mind. Let's not worry about that. Question number 3. This is a bit tricky. Nick Roberts will get that. Well, he might do. What term describes the dividing line between the illuminated and the non-illuminated part of the moon or a planet? I'll give you the choice. Is it the terminator, the Giotto division, or the prominence belt? So what term describes the dividing line between the illuminated and the non-illuminated part of the moon or planet? I'll give you the choice. Is it the terminator, the Giotto division, or the prominence belt? Now there's, I like that, Michelle, because Michelle's just taken us off piece here. So she put, last night, loads of Japanese car parts were falling from the sky. Well, that beats, I suppose, Boeing engine parts, doesn't it? It was raining Datsun cogs. Oh, that's really very clever indeed. Oh dear, dear, dear. Now they didn't mention who the engine manufacturer was, did they, on that Boeing airline when it blew up and over some where the hell was it? Come on, Lisa. Come on, everybody. Which town did it blow up over? I can't remember the engine. Bits of the cowling and parts of the engine fell into the in fact, what was the? It was the ice distribution thing outside the cowling that fell on somebody's car, completely destroyed it. But there you go. And that must be a bit frightening, actually, being on a plane. I think Bowen had got a lot to answer recently, but never mind. Denver, well done, Denver. It was certainly a district of Denver. You're quite right. Right then, question number 4. Listen carefully. This is a quote. Stole a pig and away he run is the second line of a famous nursery rhyme. What is the first? Oh, typical. I thought it'd be them. GE make the engine for the 777-200. Yeah, I'd expect that. Blooming GE. Well done, Chris. Didn't you work for GE, Chris? I can't remember. That was GE in rugby doing something else. Question number 4. Listen carefully again. This was a quote. Stole a pig and away he run. It's the second line of a famous nursery rhyme. What is the first? No wonder kids can't understand grammar. Question number 5. This will take us all back a bit. I'm not expecting the Yorkies to get this unless they've been watching something or other. What? Sorry. Question 5 again. Who was in charge of the WASP, that's W-A-S-P, submarine, whose navigator was Phones Sheridan? So question number 5. Who was in charge of the WASP submarine, whose navigator was Phones Sheridan? Chris, you'd be pleased to know I've just bought some shares. Have you lot to keep you in going? I think they're a company in trouble. There's no doubt Rolls-Royce at the moment, but never mind. Emmerdale. Question number 6. Listen carefully. Which character's yell that first appeared on film in 1932 was reputedly created by blending male and female opera singers, a dog's growl, a hyena's yelp, and a violin note? One word answer I'm after. So which character's yell that first appeared on film in 1932 was reputedly created by blending male and female opera singers' voices, a dog's growl, a hyena's yelp, and a violin note? That's an interesting one. You have to ask, where the hell did you get that question from? Well, I've no idea. I do remember all these answers have got to start with the same letter. So if they're all starting with different letters, then clearly you've not got it right. Never mind. Question number 7, listen carefully. Which of Dorothy Gale's companions in the famous Frank F. Baum novel, The Wizard of Oz, is searching for a new heart? Ian's saying, don't do it again. Don't do what? I wouldn't. What's he put? Not Rolls Royce. It's them I work for. Oh, don't buy any shares. No, that's fair enough, Ian. Question number 8, listen carefully. This is a trickier one. Which Southwark Inn was named by Chaucer as the meeting place for his Canterbury pilgrims? It's a very famous inn. So which Southwark Inn was named by Chaucer as the meeting place for his Canterbury pilgrims? That's a proper general knowledge question, I suppose. I'm expecting quite a lot of teams to get that one. Question number 9 is an advertising slogan. Pretty straightforward. I just need you to complete the line. So here we go. Complete this advertising. I put these, it needs this leads. I've already changed it. Hold on, leads. So question number 9. Complete this advertising slogan. Hello, Tosh. Got a what? No, got a something or other. So, hello, Tosh. Got a something. So complete this advertising slogan. Hello, Tosh. Got a what? Now you've got to replace the word what with whatever it is, of course. Starting with a letter that you might already have, of course, if you're lucky. And finally, question number 10. In which city were the 1940 Olympic Games scheduled to take place before being cancelled due to war, and the 2020 Olympic Games cancelled due to the dreaded coronavirus? Same city. And for anybody's information, they did actually hold it in 1964. So in which city were the 1940 Olympic Games scheduled to take place before being cancelled due to the war, and the 2020 Olympic Games cancelled due to the dreaded coronavirus? You'd be pleased to know they did actually host it in 1964, and I remember well. So I was in the back garden with my chemistry set, blowing things up. Surprisingly, I can remember back from that time. Right then, all your answers, if you're lucky, should start with the same letter. And I'm sure it's going to be pretty close going into the last round. Yes, they're hoping to host it this year, Ian. And if I'm lucky, I'm going to go. I haven't told the wife yet, but we will see. I don't know whether it's going to be possible, but we'll see. Right then, everybody, let's go back to the start of that round. Does anybody need any more time, or we'll work those out? Do remember, all the answers start with the same letter. I did make it quite easy by almost giving you the letter with the first question, which was pretty straightforward. So here we go then, the mystery letter round. Which confectioner claimed to offer chocolate heaven since 1911? That, of course, was Thornton's, which gave you the T. Where does Great Britain come in the League of Most Populated Island Nations or Countries? That's third. We come third, not 13th, but third. Question number 3. What term described the line between the illuminated? I should have come up with something better than that. It's the Terminator. It's called the Terminator, of course. Number 4, stole a pig and away he run is the second line of a famous nursery rhyme. The first was Tom Tom the Piper's son. Tom Tom the Piper's son. Number 5, it was Troy Tempest. Number 6, I was after Tarzan's cry, of course. It was Tarzan. Oh. Apparently that came about by male and female opera singers, dogs growl and a hyena's yelp and a violin. No, God knows how. Number 7 was the Tin Man, of course. Number 8, that was the tricky one. The inn was called the Tabard Inn. Number 9 is Toshiba. Hello, Tosh, got a Toshiba. And finally, number 10, of course, was Tokyo. Tokyo I was after. So, well done. Oh, Jimmy Savile. What's he put Jimmy Savile? Sorry, Lord. God knows. Right then, everybody, let's have some scores and see how we're all faring before we go into the last round, because I think it's going to be very, very close tonight. So we've got Jed and Tracy on 47.5 points. Rugby Roads Club, 51 points now. That's a good score. Pink and Perky on 49. That's another cracking score even. Not Tarzan, sorry. Tarzan, Jimmy Savile. Oh, sorry, yes, the voice. You recognise that. Do you recognise the voice of Jimmy Savile? And there must be something wrong there. Carol Green's on 47. We've got the Caesars on 52. Got the Wink Leaks on 48. John Hungmate, he's on 50 points. We've got David Ann on 44 points. Mick and Beber on 49. PRS 54 points. Fantastic score. Got Georgie Lambert in New York. He's on 42 points. That's a great score. The Famous Five also on a great score of 50 points. Michelle and Charlie, they've just gone off the screen. I need to bring that back. 52.5 points. Graham Gifford's on 48. Funny Fox 86 are on 41. We've got the Latham House Lockdown on 48 points. Keith Mitchell's on 48. We've got Trish and Paul and Anthony on 50.5 points. Home Alone 6. We're on 48.5 points. Debbie McCarthy has moved on to 50. We've got Sarah, Russ, Joe and James on 45. Mike Yates is on 48 points. We've got Penny Graham on 43. Don Quiz, Zote doing very well on 51.5 points. Aid the Lovely Ones on 47. Chris Peaks on 46 points. Well done, Chris. Just gone off the screen again. Sorry, it's on 46.5. Right, we've got Harry, Julie, Ian and his bottle of Murdo. They've added 9 to their score. They're on 50.5. Ian Miller's on 41. Well played, Ian. Paula Flynn Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals are on 54 points. We've got Famous Hall and the Booby Prize Girls are on 38 points. Team UK, USA, 48 points. We've got Mike Yates, 47 points. He said not 48. Never mind, Mike. You can always give yourself an extra one. Split the difference on 53. Dylan's on 47 points. Well played. What's yellow and swings from cake to cake? Tarpizan. Oh, 0D. Yeah, Tarsipan. Sorry, Tarsipan as in Muzman. Yes. Chris Pickard's on 44.5 points. Squeaky Poms, 39.5 points. Any more scores to come in, everybody? Right, last round. It appears that the top teams are on 54 points. We have a number on 53, so we've got to split the difference on 53. Now, that's very funny, Roy. I like that one. I lost my job at the local caterer as they cut me hours. That's actually very clever. Jimmy Savile appeared on a cooking show. He made a broth, mashed potato and cheese shreds. It was called Super Smashing Great. Super Smashing Great. See, guess worse. Well done, boys. Keep it coming. You're doing very, very well. So let's go into the last round. We've got split the difference on 53. We have the Quizzy Rascals on 54. Don Quizzote, 51.5. Debbie, 50 points. Trish and Paul and Anthony, 50.5. Famous Five, 50 points. PRS, 54. John Unwick, 50. The Teasers, 52. It's all, and the Rugby Rotary Club, 51. So it's so close at the moment. Last round then tonight is basically general knowledge. Nothing too tricky here, I don't think. So hopefully we'll get some teams that might get a good straightforward 10 out of 10, but we will see. So question number 1, are we ready? Eyes down looking, we're going to the last round. Mrs. Todgers, Augustus Snodgrass and Flasher Wilkins are all literary characters created by which famous Victorian novelist? So question 1 again. Mrs. Todgers, Augustus Snodgrass and Flasher Wilkins are all literary characters created by which famous Victorian novelist? Come on, Bill, that one, surely. Been doing my quiz long enough? Question number 2. This is a lyric from a song. Please, Mrs. Avery, I just got to talk to her. I'll only keep her a while. Please, Mrs. Avery, I just want to tell her goodbye. Are the lyrics to which band's 1972 single? So I'm just after the name of the band. So question 2 again, I'll read it out again. Please, Mrs. Avery, I've just got to talk to her. I'll only keep her a while. Please, Mrs. Avery, I just want to tell her goodbye. And the lyrics to which band's 1972 single? I'm sure Robin would be delighted if I actually sang it for you. If you want to put that in the chat column, Robin, I will by all means sing it if it will help you get the correct answer to that one. But just let me know. I don't want to disappoint you by not singing it. Oh, Diane said no. What do you mean no? This is my step ladder. I don't know my real ladder. PRS are asking me to go on. Sing, said Martin. Right. Wait a minute, let's see how many more. Yes, says Trish. Do we start up then? Please, Mrs. Avery. I just got to. No, I won't. Oh, no. Jim Bones. Oh, don't even bloody think of it. Oh, sorry, Robin. Okay, I've tried desperately not to sing tonight, although I'd like to. Please, it may give us a clue. Yeah, it might give people a clue, might it not? Never mind. Dear. You can't even get the bloody tune right. No, you're right, I can't. Never mind. Right, okay. Well, I was trying to put people off, obviously. Right, let's back on. Question number 3. What was the surname of the General Secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union Central Committee from 1922 until his death in 1953? Well done, Ian. He's given that one away, everybody. Ian Miller's given the answer away. I'm sure everybody that's watching, Penny Graham, are you watching that one? Ian Miller's given the answer to that one away. That's only because he knows things from that era, I suppose. Well done, Ian. So question number 3 again. What was the surname of the General Secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union Central Committee from 1922 until his death in 1953? You've got the voice of an angel. I have actually. Great. Oh dear. Question number 4. Listen carefully. What is a plump bird about the size of a great tit that resembles a small woodpecker? It is a blue-grey above the chestnut on its side and has a black stripe on its head and a long black pointed tail. And the last time I saw one of these was at Coombe Abbey near Rugby. So what is a plump bird about the size of a great tit that resembles a small woodpecker? It is blue-grey above with chestnut on its side and has a black stripe on its head and a long black pointed bill. Your wife. Close, Chris, close, but not close enough. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, plump bird. Is that the one? That's come up on mine. Is anybody missing the last question? Round 6, number 4. The plump bird. It's come up on mine. Question 4 says Ian, question mark. Pussy now tit. You'll be banned. Is it the tit that's the problem? God almighty. A bird, I've been with a pew. Yes. It must be the tit that's doing it. It's dreadful, isn't it? What's that? Sorry, I'm just trying to. Question 4. Oh dear. I'd say not pussy again. No, question. What is a plump bird? I can't read all this. Pussy, tits, what's happening? No idea. No idea. We can't have anything to do with tits on the. Oh God. Never mind. Let's get over it and see what. Now wrong with a plump bird. That's what. Well done, Faye. That's exactly what I say. Yes. Right. Question number 5. Listen carefully. Located in Snowdonia, what in Wales is known as the Devil's Appendix? I'll give you the choice this time. Is it a mountain path, a minor road, or a waterfall? So question 5 again. Located in Snowdonia, what in Wales is known as the Devil's Appendix? I'll give you the choice. Is it a mountain path, a minor road, or a waterfall? It does appear to me that the filtering on YouTube does seem to be a little bit severe. I mean, this is supposed to be not a children's thing. This I've set it as adult, so surely they must be able to put it with the odd word, but never mind. Question number 6. Listen carefully. What colour of cat's eyes, going back to cats, mark the left-hand edge of a road or motorway in the United Kingdom? Left-hand edge. So what colour of cat's eyes mark the left-hand edge of a road or motorway in the United Kingdom? I hope you're all keeping up well with this. Question number 7 is pretty straightforward. Lend a hand is the motto of which section of the Girl Guiding Movement? This is for us chaps here. So lend a hand is the motto of which section of the Girl Guiding Movement? I'd have had a guess, but probably got it wrong. All these organisations seem to have some kind of motto, so knowing all your mottos isn't a problem, but never mind. Question number 8, more of a medical question. White strawberry tongue is a symptom of which childhood disease, which is normally easily treated with antibiotics? Although probably it was a killer before antibiotics ever came out. So white strawberry tongue is a symptom of which childhood disease, which is normally easily treated with antibiotics? Should be easy for all you pharmacist assistants. Michelle's just saying, I think you're okay, Nick, despite having a lot of knockers tonight. Let's leave the knockers out of this. Right, question number 9. Are we still thereabouts? I reckon this beer is stronger than I thought. Yeah, this might be about 8%, this beer. I'm not sure. So question number 9. Tracing their origins to the 16th century, what sort of accessory is a half hunter? So, tracing their origins to the 16th century, what sort of accessory is a half hunter? Time to what? My wife's watch has just told her to stand up, apparently. That's the problem with these new Apple Watches and whatever. It tells you when you've been sat down too long. So, well, you better get up there. Sit on your fat ass doing nothing. Oh, sorry. Well, and finally, question number 10. Here we are, the final question of the night. The floor plan of St. Paul's Cathedral once appeared on the reverse of what Bank of England note? I only need the denomination. So the floor plan of St. Paul's Cathedral once appeared on the reverse of what Bank of England note? We just need to know the denomination of the note. Well, there we have it, everybody. Well done, everybody, for staying tonight. It's been a fantastic turnout. We have had more people taking part tonight than ever, with more than 84 at one time taking part in the quiz, at least. And if you've liked the quiz, just give me the thumbs up. We've got 32 likes so far. Never helps, or it never harms me to have a few more likes. And if you feel free to just subscribe to my channel. But let me put you all out in misery. After last round, there were just 10 general knowledge questions. I'm sure most of you might have got those. There were one or two that were a bit tricky, but hopefully everybody's got some answers down for all 10. Do we need any more time, or are we all happy to just go ahead with the answers? Here we go then. Just go over the answers, really. Give me a second. Right, we started off with Mrs. Todgers, Augustus Snodgrass, and Flasher Wilkins. Now, I thought that might get banned off for YouTube, but never mind. Of course, they were all characters from Charles Dickens. Number 2, Mrs. Avery. I've just got to talk to her. And that was by Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show, but Dr. Hook will do fine. Chris Speaker's just said, my friend entered a best chest challenge. She won a tea cup. Oh, dear God. Never mind. Question number 3. What was the surname of the General Secretary of the Communist Party? That was Joe Stalin. Uncle Joe, of course. Uncle Joe Stalin. Number 4, I was after the nuthatch. Well done if you worked that out. That plump little bird. Not very big. The size of a tit. So well done if you got the nuthatch. Number 5, located in Snowdonia, what is known as the Devil's Appendix. That is a waterfall. Number 5, what colour of cat's eyes mark the left-hand edge of a road or motorway in the United Kingdom? They are red. Red cat's eyes. Number 7, lend a hand is the motto of which girl guiding movement? That's the Brownies. Well done if you were in the Brownies. Number 8, the strawberry white tongue or white strawberry tongue is a symptom of scarlet fever. Number 9, of course, the half hunter. Used to go into the top pocket, was a pocket watch. And finally, St. Paul's Cathedral once appeared on the reverse of the £50 note. The £50 note. So well done if you got that. Right then, everybody, let's see how I've gone. You've got Todgers past the censor. We did get Todgers. Mrs. Todger. Well, it wasn't Todgers. It was Mrs. Todger, I suppose, but never mind. Yeah, it's funny that. I didn't think that was going to get past, actually. Not after what we've been through tonight. Todger, Snodgrass, and Flasher. I thought that was going to be a problem. Never mind. Right, Aid the lovely one. Now we're going to write these down. 54 points. Got Jed and Tracy on 54.5. PRS, however, are in the money tonight. 63 points. Well played, PRS. Footy Fox 86 on 46. We've got the Yorkies. Well played, Georgia and Rory on 46 points. Mick and Bev on 59 points. Carol Green, 56 points. Well played, Carol. Keith is on 58 points. We've got John Humwick in the 60s with a fantastic 61 points. Well played, John. Graham and Jane ended up on 55 points. Dave and Ann Anderson on 51 points. We've got the Rugby Roach Club also 59 points. That's a cracking score. Well played, Rugby Rotary Club. Squeaky Pub on 55.5. We've got the famous 5. They've ended up on 60 points. Anybody in the 60s has done really well tonight. So well done, John and the gang. That was a famous, the famous 5. Well done, you lot. And 60 points is great. With Quizzy Rascals just behind them on 57.5 points. Debbie McCarthy on 58. The Ridgeway's 58.5 points. Well played, you. The Teasers on 61 points. John Humwig, he's saying 61. Yoo-hoo. Michelle saying 58.5. Last round disaster, says Diana. Oh, that's a shame. 53 points. Faye's on 37. Well played, the Booby Girl. Booby Prize Girl's on 37 points. Wow, very unusual. 10 for the last round, said Martin. And he won 58 points. Well played, Martin. Mike Yates on 45. We've got Harry, Julie, Ian, and his bottle Milo with a +8 on 58.5. Sarah and the gang, Sarah, Russ, James and Joe on 50 points. We've got the Quizzy Rascals end up on 63 points for the Quizzy Rascals. Well played them. We've got Chris Pickard on 53.5. Catastrophe. I like that one. Lisa Lasky, Team UK USA 53. We've got Home Alone 6, 52.5. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, they're saying. Split the difference, end up on 62 points. Well played them. John Humwick, great quiz, he's saying. Penny Graham 51, first time over 50. Must have been easy. Well, let's hope it was, but never mind. It wasn't that easy, but never mind. So split the difference on 62 points. We've got the Quizzy Rascals on 63 points. We've got John Humwick, 61 points. The Teasers, 61 points. Famous 5 on 60 points. We've got, no, we haven't. We've got John Humwick, 61 points. PRS on 63 points. So it looks like we might have a tie for first place between PRS and the Quizzy Rascals. Both end up on 63 points tonight. What a great score. Thanks, everybody, for taking part tonight. I hope you've enjoyed the quiz. I have been getting slowly but surely a little drunker as we go. I think this beer is actually a little stronger than I thought tonight. There was me thinking it was a kind of 3 or 4%, and I've got the feeling it might be a 7 or 8%, but never mind. So we'll look forward to seeing you all again another night. If you can come and join us on Wednesday night, do feel free. 6 rounds of general trivia to keep going. If not, come and join us again next Sunday night, where we will be doing next Sunday night quiz. 6 rounds of general trivia to keep you all bored out, well, less bored out in minds than you normally are, or we are normally are. So do feel free to give me a thumbs up before you leave, and or join my YouTube channel. But it's good night from me, and let's hope to see you all another time. Good night, everybody. Thank you very much for taking part. Cheers.